Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carolyn the Flosstube Stitcher, and today I'll be showing you my March and April WIP updates. For lack of doing a March update video, very sorry about that. I did have some personal family issues to attend to and pretty much took up all of my time, so I was unable to do that video. So today we've got a big double whammy of everything. I think I've got about 10 projects I worked on for those 2 months that I'll be showing you today. They will include 4 new starts and 3 finishes. So we'll get stuck right in, and maybe towards the end we'll discuss the personal stuff if any of you are interested. So 1st of March, so the first of each month is my 2023 Nutcracker stitch along, which is Shannon Christine Designs, and I'm doing this with my friend Kathy. Kathy's already finished hers. She's very fast, but because I've been working on so many other things, this has been my travel project, and I haven't really done much travel stitching. Just not finding the time for that. So love this guy. Anyone that's interested, Shannon Christine Designs will be releasing a new one for this year, I believe on the 1st of July, or at least in July, and I think she hopes to do one each year, so I'm definitely in for that, and I will be doing that. So if anyone wants to join us, I'm sure Kathy wouldn't mind joining us in stitch along for this guy. He is fantastic. So I'm stitching him on 32 count opalescent Belfast linen. You know by now that's my go-to Christmas fabric. I love the sparkle. And it's stitched 2/2 DMC, and the only changes I've made is I've switched out the Chronic for Petite Treasure Braid, which is what I prefer to stitch on. So loving him. This is actually my May progress as well, because today is the what's the date today? 4th of May. I do not have any internet at home, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get to upload this tonight, but at least you know now. So by the end of April, I have finished all of him and most of the house. So on the 1st and 2nd of, I'm losing track of my days now. 30th of April and 1st of May, I worked on finishing his house and this bottom section. So just have this bottom bit to go. It will say 2023, and even though it's 2024, it is still the 2023 Nutcracker, so I'm going to keep it like that. And then I have to tackle all the beading, so there's going to be lots of white and gold beads, and I'm doing them in petite Mill Hill beads, so because it's a smaller count fabric. Please excuse my lines. I'm doing this in a Q-snap frame. So yeah, loving him. And it you know, it looks quite small, but it's really quite detailed. There's a lot of stitching in there. For the month of March, I only got 1 day of stitching on him, which 808 stitches, and in April I did 4 days of stitching, which was 1701 stitches. But I'm starting to panic because I need to get him finished before the next one comes out. So I really need to get this one done and dusted, and hopefully FFO'd before Christmas, because, well, maybe I should wait until the other one's finished and FFO them together. We'll see. Nothing's going to plan at the moment, so just taking each day as it comes and not trying to stress myself out too much. All right, so my next one for the last 2 months, another Shannon Christine Designs, I love her stuff, is the Christmas Mug Club. So March, it was the tree. Love it. And then April was the gingerbread man. How cute. And as you can see, I got a lovely scrap of fabric covering May, which I've already started. So you're not seeing that one yet. This is done on 32 count opalescent Belfast linen. Again, my beautiful sparkly Christmas fabric. And I'm doing mine in DMC, and I love it. I love how the white pops on this fabric. May's month has a lot of white, so I'm someone, those of you that don't like stitching with white, I'm someone that's like that. I used to always shy away from designs that had a lot of white. I don't know, it's getting easier to stitch with. I don't know if they've changed something or whether it's just my stitching has changed, but I'm not really having an issue with it. You probably want to see this in full, so bear with me a moment. I'm just going to take it off the frame. Now, the last 2 months, March and April, while I was stitching this, I had some major frogging. So, what happened? I wrote it down. So with the Christmas tree, I had done the frame, and I had done, let that go, started this top section, and then I realised, then I had done some of this, a fair bit. There was a fair bit done, and I realised I was 4 stitches over too far to the right. So I had to unpick all that because it wasn't going to sit properly in there. There was just no way I could frog that. So I had to unpick all that and fix it all. So wasn't very happy about that. And then again, it happened in April with the gingerbread man, with the frame. So it was 1 stitch over on the frame. So had to unpick all that and start again. It happens. It happens. I've had so much on my mind, so much stress going on in my life, and that's why it happened. But this is how I deal with my stress. This is what I do to relax and to get rid of the stress. So I just felt like I did put up a post on Instagram saying everything's going wrong. I was just so disappointed that everything was going wrong, and I go to my therapy and then that went wrong. And when your therapy goes wrong, what do? But you just suck it up, you unpick it, you start again, and you get with it. And that's what I did. So I'm back on track, and I'm taking May a little bit slower. I have completed the frame. It did match up. Yay. Don't you love it when you go around and then it matches up perfect? You breathe that sigh of relief. Thank goodness for that. Anyway, sorry, I rabble on. So this is it so far. Aren't they gorgeous? So December, January, February, March, April. So there will be another 6. So it's quite a big piece of 32 count. And yes, it's so pretty. And so unique, Christmas mugs. I haven't seen anything like this here in Australia, but yeah, they're gorgeous. I love them. Okay, moving right along. Just roll that one up, put it out the way. If you could see my craft room right now, you would die. It's the worst it's ever been. I just have not had time to do anything with it. So much to do, so little time. All right, next one is my finish for March. And it is Country Cottage Needleworks Celebration Series Spring. I love the colours in this one, the blues and the pinks. It's so cute. So this was done on 32 count latte Belfast linen, and started this one back in July to finish my series of 4 that I finished. When did I finish them? Can't remember, didn't write it down. Anyway, I did this in DMC and Gentle Art Sampler Threads, which was the green. I can't remember what shade that was. I'll show you the other ones as well if you're interested. This one is Summer. So cute. And then probably my favourite season, which is Autumn. Although I am very partial to winter. I'm a cold girl. I like the cold months. Jackets and boots. Sorry, don't mind my threads hanging out everywhere. Jackets and boots and rugging up warm and soup for dinner and hot chocolate. That's me. Not a summer person, so I really should not be living in Australia. Yes. Anyway, I really want to finish these I've been thinking the best way might be a flat fold finish. It will take up little room when I'm not using them. So I really want to get onto that and get these finished because, you know, I don't have any seasonal stitches out anywhere in my house. I mean, you see all my months of cubes behind me, which I love, and they're always there, and quite often I forget to change the month. Actually, before I started this video, it still said March. Oh, quick, I better change that over to May. Someone will point it out to me. So it'd be nice to have some seasonal stitches around the place, maybe in my entryway on my hall table would be nice. All right, I got back into my full coverage projects these last 2 months. So I am very happy about that because I've been missing them terribly. And they're I call them my mind-numbing cross stitches because even though you count, it's a different sort of counting, and I love parking. I think it's just my thing. A lot of people don't like it, but you know what? That's what makes us who we are. We all like different things. We like different designs, and we like different ways of stitching. And I love all stitching, but I love parking. So this is Boreal Forest by Stitches So Beautiful, and it was an Adobe extended license, so no designer for this one. But this, so I only stitched on this in March, none in April. Well, this is done on 18 count Aida, 2 over 1, and diagonal parking, which I still have to do a video on. I am mindful of that, so I will get there. Please just be patient with me. I managed in 4 days 2,480 stitches, so I'm very happy with that. And this March saw a pop of orange, which was really nice to see a new colour come in after doing so much blue. But I'm not bored of the blue. I do like it. And once I get over here, there's going to be a lot more colours, so I'm really excited to do that. I had hoped that I would have done more of this by now, but I've gotten a little bit out of control with my starts. I think I currently have 13 WIPs, and that's the most I've ever had in my life. I used to be a one stitch at a time girl, and due to YouTube influencers, what do? And stitch alongs, and just people come out with these gorgeous designs, and I just have to start them, and I get sucked in, and it's all good. It's all good. We love it. We love what we stitch, don't we? Okay, did I get this one out? Yes, I did get this one out. So new start number 8 is for the Quaker Flag SAL. Now I need to check my notes on this. So this is designed by Vivian at the Vivsters, and she's on Etsy, and she's got all the flags around the world, and she's also got state flags for certain places. And if there isn't a flag for your country, contact her. She's very happy to design new flags that she hasn't done yet for people. So I'm sure she doesn't mind me saying that. Contact her and see if she'd be willing to do that for you. This SAL is hosted by Davanali Design Studio and Wombat Hollow Crafts. And you would have seen before that I did the Australian flag. So sadly, I haven't worked any more on that, and I really need to somehow get that into a rotation because, as I said, 13 WIPs and weekly rotations, I'm a little bit stuck. So I'll have to think about that. Anyway, I started the Ireland flag, and you're probably not going to be able to see it. Oh, here you can. So this is the piece of fabric this flag will be on. It's much smaller than my Australian flag. So this is 32 count Murano, and I'm doing this 1 over 1. And this is my first ever 1 over 1. I know a lot of you do parking 1 over 1. I've never, apart from Mirabilia skin, I've never done a full design 1 over 1 before. So I'm excited about this one. And you know, my little bit of cotton here, that's just to show me where the top of the design is, so I don't push it back in the frame and do it upside down. Little tip for anyone, just put a little marker at the top, whether it be, I don't like to put pins in case they rust. I usually put a little bit of cotton and that tells me that's the top of my fabric. So see how much I did? I didn't even get one square done. So this is 288 stitches, 2 days of work. That's a bit sad, but it is what it is, and I got it started. So we'll see. I can't believe I have 3 of these. These are, you know, a lot of stitching. There are a lot of stitches in these flags. Don't know when I'm going to get it done. Anyhow, next, Fairy Whispers by Lisa Parker, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I haven't done this in a while. I only stitched on this in March. Didn't get any done in April. And hoping this frame doesn't fall apart as I pick it up. All right, here we go. This is my monster. So there it is there. I've got it in camera this time. Doesn't really look that big when I show it here. Trust me, this is a whopper. Okay, so every time I show this, it probably looks the same because I'm still stuck in that main. So much confetti. What did I do in March? I did 1,066 stitches in 4 days, and that was it. So again, this is 18 count Aida, 2/1 diagonal parking, and it's a beast. I do love it. I absolutely adore it, and just looking forward to moving along. Look, this is going to take forever. If this was just a sole project, you'd be seeing a lot more progress. So unfortunately, it probably looks a little bit boring just to see little bits done, but it is what it is, and there's too many other fun things to do at the moment. Who knows, one day I might have to have a focus month and just focus on one full coverage design and try and get a whole lot done. It's not a bad idea, actually. All right, next, exciting new start. Woohoo! I'll have to put up a picture. So this one is, you remember me saying I wanted to do a commemoration piece of my trip to Bali. And I found the perfect design on Our Forest Embroidery. And this is called Garden Carp. Oh, okay. Let's put something behind it. This is stitched on 28 count Weichelt linen in colour Water Lily. And look at that. I love this. It's just, I got probably the most likes ever on Instagram purely just for these koi fish. I mean, they are stunning. And I wanted something particularly with koi fish because of my favourite place in Bali where I visited had the most massive koi fish I've seen in my life. And I found a few lovely designs, but when I saw this, I had to have it because there was a little red bridge in Bali where I had a lovely photo taken. And then, of course, the temple, which you see everywhere around Bali. This just looks so much like Bali to me. And as someone pointed out, I think it was Kathy, pointed out that these look like bonsai trees, which actually they do. So you may have noticed that there are some unusual stitches in this. So there is satin stitching, which I've never done before. And I'm sure it's not perfect, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And geez, it gives a really lovely different look. So I still have up here this, I'm looking forward to actually, some lovely falling flowers at the top, and then there's a whole heap more to go down the bottom. So there's still quite a bit of this left. So far this is 7 days I've worked on this. And this is all DMC. So the Owl Forest embroidery actually do have suggestions for hand-dyed threads, but I just wanted to do DMC just to keep it, you know, affordable. And I'm even thinking about possibly incorporating the word Bali on there. And the year I went, not sure. I'll wait till I finish it and then see if I can do it to match the design. I don't want anything to stand out and look off. So, yeah, love it. As far as the fabric, not a huge fan of the fabric. It's very stiff. It creases very easily. It doesn't roll up in my frame for stitching very easily. Can't even imagine what would happen to it in a Q-snap. Yeah. I would have much preferred to do this on a Lugana in Water Lily, but I couldn't find it. The one I did on my fairy houses was what I wanted to do, but I couldn't find it again. So I love the colour, and it's sort of true to life. It's a beautiful light sage green. But yeah, the fabric itself, it's actually similar fabric that I'm doing my Lady Justice Mirabilia on. So it's not the best sort of fabric. It's not for what I wanted anyway. But anyway, it's okay. I've made it work, and I'm sure once it's all framed and up, it will look lovely. So that one has been a very pleasant surprise, and it's actually stitched up a lot better than it even looks on the pattern. So very, very happy. Anyone interested, did mention in a previous video, I purchased that from Owl Forest Embroidery themselves. On their website, they suggested using their Etsy store, but at that time, their Etsy store pricing was more expensive. So it was just much cheaper for me to buy it from the Owl Forest Embroidery store. I don't know if that's because there were sales going on at the time, but if anyone's interested, make sure you check out both prices and compare for yourselves. They have some beautiful designs, and they have a lot of free designs on their website that are gorgeous. So if you want to try a new design that you haven't tried before and don't want to pay anything, go on there, have a look. There's some gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Next is up on the rooftop. Another one that hasn't been touched for a little while. And sorry, it's all rolled up and messy. All right, where are we? Here we go. Another full coverage design. 18 count white Ada, 2/1 diagonal parking. Another favourite of mine. So this one, I managed 3 days of stitching, 1,444 stitches, which isn't a lot, but unlike Fairy Whispers, you can actually see what I've done. So this time you can see more of the reindeer complete. You can see the beginnings of the next reindeer and the new chimney. So none of that was there last time. Just love how it's coming along. Oh God, I can't wait to get to all this down here. Well, I know it's going to be confetti heavy, but what else is new? Yes, the way it is with a lot of these full coverage designs. Yeah, so much fun. And I can't wait till my granddaughter and my grandson are old enough to see this and point out all the little things that they can see in the house. So yes, it's going to be exciting for them. I'm sure they're going to love it. And next one is another new start. Okay, this one's still in my Q-snap, so that's good. It'll be a bit easier to show you. So again, another Quaker Flag SAL with Divinely Design Studio and Wombat Hollow Crafts and Vivian as the designer. And this is the UK flag because I have English and Irish heritage. So I had to do all three. And this is where I got to. So at least with this one, I finished one of the tiles. So I'm happy about that. And that is 445 stitches. And I did that in one day. Now, a funny thing about this. So, would have mentioned in my last video that I was going to be starting this on National UK Day. Now, when I knew I was going to start the UK flag and the Ireland flag, I thought about doing it the same as the Australian flag. So the Australian flag I started on Australia Day. Of course, why not? And the Ireland flag I started on St. Patrick's Day. So I thought, okay, well, I'll Google when the National UK Day is. So I had Googled it and it came up 23rd of April. So I marked that in my calendar. Okay, that's good. Let's do that. I started it on 23rd of April, and then I don't know why my extra psychic ability said to me, just double check that, what the day is called. And I Googled it, and then it was telling me UK does not have a national day. And I went, what? That's not what you told me last time I Googled it. Where's April 23rd gone? So I asked a few lovely people on Instagram, and which I haven't got back to, and I must apologise as well. Lack of internet and lack of time, for the better word. I have not replied to a lot of people, so I'm incredibly sorry, but I have read certain things. And so apparently UK does not have a national day as such, as well as quite a few other places, but they do celebrate St. George's Day on the 23rd of April. So I'm going with that. This is my St. George's Day start. Okay. Who knew? Thank you, Helen, for pointing out St. George's Day. I assumed every country had a national day. Who knew? All right. And thank you, Google, for lying to me, first off, and then fixing your lie and then confusing the hell out of me. Can't always trust Google. And I thought Google knew everything. All right. Let me just move that out the way. What have we got next? That's it for March and April stitching. Just want to briefly say what else happened in March. So 24th of March, my mum went into hospital. Very scary time. Just had a lot of issues, a lot of falls, and blood pressure. I don't want to go into all the, the fine details, but she spent 3 weeks in hospital, not well at all. I visited every single night except for the nights that I work. 1 day a week I work midnight shift, so of course I couldn't visit, but every night I was there at hospital, which took away from a lot of time doing everything else. So I'm still trying to catch up, washing, ironing, cleaning, cooking, cross-stitch, videos, replying. You can understand it's a lot. It's a lot. She's back home. She's much better. There are still issues which we need to deal with, and thanks to my brother, who's been an absolute rock over in Queensland. He's been my support family-wise in helping to try and get things organised and help for mum that she needs at home. So it's been a tough time. It's been an emotional time, and I feel like every video I do these days, there's something that upsets me. So I'm holding it in. I'm being strong, and but just taking each day as it comes. So that's that. Better news, March 31st was my granddaughter Hazel. It was her 2nd birthday, and that was Easter Sunday. So we had a wonderful party. I made a Minnie Mouse cake, like a silhouette of a Minnie Mouse. She loved it, and she blew out candles for the first time, and it was just so exciting and wonderful, and so proud of her. Yeah. And then April 15th was my son Ryan's 25th birthday, and he has a new girlfriend. So life is so exciting for him, and yeah, as a family, so there's been lots of downs, but there's been lots of ups. So I'm thinking about the ups as you've got to do and move along. All right. So that's why I've been, not present. So I hope you all understand that. I know you do. You're all wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. All right, plans for May. Let me just refer to my notes. 1st of May. Well, that's done. I showed you that as my Nutcracker, so you've seen the progress on that. I'm going to try and squeeze some more time into that because I need that finished either by the end of this month or by the end of June at the absolute latest, because that must be done before the new one comes out. And I'm pretty strict with myself on those things. So if something else has to stop so I can get that done, it will do. So hopefully I'll have a finish to show you in the next video of him. Week 1 of May, which has started, is my Christmas mug club. This month is Snow Lady. I did notice it was a female version of a snowman, and I wasn't sure what Shannon was going to call her, but she's called her Snow Lady. So she's lovely and lots of white, as I said, but she's going to look fabulous. So I'm working on her currently. Week 2, it'll be back to Boreal Forest. Week 3 is Fairy Whispers again, and week 4 is Up on the Rooftop. There is also an extra week in May, and I've put down FFOs, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Because I did say a little while ago in one of my videos that in the extra weeks each month, I would like to use that time to do some FFOs, because if I'm stitching every week, there's no time to do FFOs. I am mindful, however, that I'm not going to get my Snow Lady mug finished in the week because today's Saturday. So that week, first week of May, is actually already over. And now it's my weekend stitching, which is when I do my garden carp. So I'm already behind. I don't know what the fix is for that. I really don't know. So I might be able to look at some FFOs at the end of May. I might not. And as I said, I really need to somehow get my flags into a rotation because there's no room for them. And also my Lady Justice Mirabilia, and then my other Mirabilia that I want to start. Where do I fit it all in? I'm possibly going to have a rotation where it changes each month. That might work. So that way everything gets a bit of love. Feeling a little bit overwhelmed with too many projects. That's why I don't like to start too many new starts. My weekend project, again, will be my garden carp. I'm hoping to get that finished by the end of May. There's really no time limit on that. But once that's finished, I want to bring my Christmas stocking back into rotation, and weekend rotation will be good for that. And then hopefully that will be finished by Christmas. So that will be nice. And that one was for Mum. So I'd really like to get that Christmas stocking done. A travel project for May is supposed to be my UK flags. I really have not done any stitching on travel projects in the last 2 months. So I'm not going to stress too much about that. Also noted that May is my daughter's birthday's in May, my mum's birthday's in May, and Mother's Day's in May. So there's still a few things going on in May as well that are going to take time away. And another thing, so a lady at work, probably back last year, I used to do a bit of stitching in the lunchroom at work, and anyway, I stopped doing that. It was just a bit awkward stitching around people that, yeah. Anyway, one of the ladies, you know, we started up a conversation. She said, oh, you cross stitch. I used to cross stitch, and, you know, it's lovely always talking to people about cross stitch. And she said, oh, I've got one at home that I started and I'll have to find it because I'd really like to finish it. So it was nice that I sparked that again in her. And she brought it into work and she said to me, do you think you could show me where I need to start on this because I've forgotten how to do it? And so this is what she's stitching. It's the Cross-Eyed Cricket collection number 13, Quilting Bee Hearts. This is her charts. This is a proper chart. And she's stitching this one, and I'll show you what she's done. There we go. And that's how much she's done. So it's lovely piece of linen. So you can see, you know, there's a heart here that she's attempted to start on, and then this one here, and then this one here is not finished. But she said, oh, I need to know where to start for this heart, and this one down the bottom. So I said, oh, I can show you. But as I'm trying to talk to her about it, I could see she's quite hesitant. And I said, I got the impression she actually really didn't want to stitch it. So I said, well, I'm happy to finish it for you if you want, if you just want it finished. And she was like, oh, would you really? Would you do that? And I said, I'd love to. I said, I'd love to finish that for you. So she's agreed to that. There's absolutely no rush, but you know, someone else is stitching, so I really would like to get it done for her. And then she actually has given me, she said, oh, I've got a big bag, well, a bag of threads, DMC threads here if you want them. Otherwise I'm just going to throw them away. I said, well, don't throw them away. I said, because I can definitely use those. And then she said, oh, and I've got just a piece of linen here as well that you can have if you want. Just a lovely piece of calico. We call it calico linen because it's got like this fleck through it. I said, oh, absolutely. I offered to pay her for it. She wouldn't take anything for it. She said, no, you're finishing my stitching for me. So, okay, so that was a lovely trade. So this will be my first time finishing someone else's project. So I'm looking forward to that actually. And I guess I'll just need to put it in a little frame because I can't stitch in hand. I find when I stitch in hand, my stitches are messy. I've really relied on a frame of some sort, whether it be a Q-snap frame or my Millennium frame, to hold the fabric tight for me, and then I can focus on two hands and I can get my stitches nice and neat and flat and how they should be. And as soon as I do something or I'm stitching in hand and I look at it and it's just a chaotic mess, you know, compared to what I'm used to. So I'll work out this one, probably put it on my small Millennium frame and finish this one off for her. So that's also in there for May. And she said, oh, that'll take you forever to finish that. And I went, no, it won't. No, that won't take long at all. I can generally stitch about 150 stitches an hour. So that won't take long. So it'd be nice to surprise her and show up at work and say, look, it's done. I'm sure she'll be very happy. And then she can finish it however she wants. They've got it as a pillow in the chart, which is nice, but yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling on. That's it for me for March and April. I hope you've all had a great couple of months. I'm so behind on watching all the Flosstubers, and so I don't really know what's going on in Flosstube world. So apart from seeing Stitch Mania posts, so good luck to anyone that's doing Stitch Mania. And I've seen posts about Stitch North over in Canada. I'm so jealous. I want to go there one day. Start saving my pennies. So anyway, have a great stitching month, and I hope you achieve some finishes. Hope you get some new starts done, and most importantly, hope you have fun. That's what it's all about. Thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for your patience. And I hope everything is back on track for me. So I don't like doing these catch-up 2 months at a time. It's hard. It's a lot of planning and organising, and I just want to stitch. I just want to stitch. I just want a simple life. I just want to stitch. Please give me a simple life. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful month of May, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.